what I would expect to see out of like ZVP, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. This is the kind of map where I would expect to see like and I'm positive that Suppy's not going to make any move towards that gold until at least his fourth, maybe fifth, because even on Daedalus Point, Suppy wouldn't deviate. Go for like a 14-14. So
that is true.
I wonder. I think that
State looks to be going for the
historically,
same. Look at this, and he sends a probe back. Now this is pretty cool because, from my perspective, when I see the probe moving out at a certain time, it is after that pylon. I can identify that it's a Nexus first. You can identify just by the probe scout.
Because you know about when it gets into the base, if it's a gateway first, if it's a Nexus first.
Well, no. I mean, if I see the probe with my overlord, I don't even scout. Is what I'm getting at, because if I see it early enough, well, not on this map, obviously the overlord.
Yeah, because the overlord is going to
but on most maps, normally that probe drops the pylon and goes to scout when you go for a Nexus first. The trade-off here is State would be in a much more disadvantageous position against a very early pool, a 6 pool, 7 pool, 8 pool, 9 pool, 10 pool.
Sure.
But he's also banking on, hey, I'm playing Suppy.
Definitely. And Suppy has shown himself. If I was State and I saw Suppy against Nuni on Daedalus Point, I would probably never think that Suppy's going to do anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Like I said, if that's the map where you're going to do something crazy against a Protoss, I mean, that's the map it's going to happen on.
Absolutely.
So to see him play pretty standard there, I think is a pretty big read that he's not going to venture too far outside of his comfort zone with his conventional Protoss.
Is he going to make a gateway or a forge? That's the next question here.
I'm going to go ahead and think Forge.
A forge would be the most conventional, but he actually goes for a gateway.
Went for the gateway.
Yeah, and this is actually, again, kind of greedy.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah, because now he's able to get out the cyber core that much quicker.
But he's running no risk at all. I mean, Suppy's playing as standard as it gets. He actually went for the hatch first, which is not, I guess, the safest play. But he's also got to take into account that he's playing State.
Sure.
Neither player is a player that's known for running big risks, or they're pretty confident in their play.
Sure. Although right here, this is a very risky opening from State. Nexus first into gateway, into no forge to be found, into gas. Is he ever going to put down a forge? We're going to get what, the cyber core next with the zealot?
Yeah. I mean, what risk is he running? Think about it.
Well, I mean, if it was somebody besides Suppy.
I mean, there was no early pool. If there had been an early pool, this game would be
but does he know there's no early pool?
No, absolutely
not. He's completely banking on, because it's Suppy, that there's not going to be
absolutely.
one. So.
But at the same time, when you think about it, once you already dropped the Nexus first, you might as well. I mean, if you're gonna die to an early pool with the Nexus first, you're probably gonna die to an early pool,
regardless of whether you put the forge or the gateway down. Sure.
Yeah. Suppy being very good about scouting, as he normally is. State also scouting, checking for the third. He's going to check the gold, not find it there. And everything is pretty standard so far.
Suppy's got his early link speed coming, the link running around, as Kat said, checking around for any pylons, don't see anything there. And yeah, everything looks pretty ordinary.
Yep. Now Suppy's going to go and take his third. I'm not sure if State actually saw that drawn. But, I mean, a third is to be expected. He might be scared into a cannon, if anything. But not much more than that.
Maybe, if that even.
Yeah.
He does have a sentry coming out pretty soon, if he doesn't have one out already. Nope, he'll have the sentry out soon. He's got the Zella holding the wall.
Yeah,
so
Chronos in the cyber core. Does he have a sentry out? Is it in the main?
Nope. Oh yeah, he does. It is in the main. Ah, this is actually going to be very, very heavy early pressure, I think.
Well, he's taking his gases. So
oh, that's a big... that was almost a big mistake.
He is also chrono boosting here, so he might just poke out with some units on the mothership core. He doesn't have a proxy pylon. Suppy's not going to allow for that.
Nope.
This could be an early third as well.
Possibly. Those 4 gates really early, though, are usually indicative. Well, there goes the Robo.
Yeah, there's a Robo again. So, no forge just yet, is there?
No forge at all. Although the forge was after the Robo last game, when he did that play, remember?
Okay.
So it's possible he could throw down a forge within the next few seconds.
Yeah, Suppy scouts the 4 gateways. He has to be a little bit worried. Let's see the production. I mean, I'm really interested in...
That was a mistake. He popped the Guardian Shield on accident.
Oh, yeah. I'm really interested in what Suppy's response to seeing this 4 gateways working right now is. He's not making any units. And this is Suppy being confident about those lanes. He's like, okay, I scouted everywhere with those lanes. now dropping a Roach Warren. But he's like, there's no pylons on my side of the map. And if I missed it, that's my mistake this game. You know?
Sure.
But
And
he's
there
confident that he did not. Does
are
Suppy
no
even know about the
pylons?
extra gases?
Suppy does. He
knows
probably
about
figures.
one,
He knows
so
one.
yeah,
Usually
he
Protoss. The
yeah.
3 gas styles I think have gone out of favor. I haven't seen a Protoss go 3 gas in a long time. You know. And it does look like State is moving into a similar build, maybe an identical build as last game. We've got the Forge going up and the Twilight Council. No real Zealots made except for the one to hold the wall, and then we just have Immortals and Stalkers and Sentries. So I wonder if this is like, have you seen this particular all-in done before?
Yeah, I think it's pretty common.
It's pretty common?
Yeah.
With the blink and the +1 and the everything on this? Okay. Well, I mean, it looks like State is favoring this build. I would be pretty surprised to see him take a third at this point. It looks like he's committing pretty heavily to this.
Yeah, and I think this is even the hallucinated Phoenix again. Status is very confident and has prepared this build a lot by the looks of it. And he's basically saying, okay, Suppy, you died to it. Can you stop it? You know, I think that you're a pretty standard player. You're probably gonna do about the same thing. And Suppy is. I mean, he's not dropping an Infestation Pit. He's not dropping a Hydra then. Even though he pretty much got the information that he needed to think that this is probably what State was going for. He's reacting almost the exact same way as last game.
Sure.
A little bit more Ling heavy, a little bit less Roach heavy. So that's good.
That's good. I don't know if a Hydra Den would be an okay response because I'm not sure if he could get enough Hydras in time.
Well, Hydras are great against no AoE, and the Hydra Den is one of the buildings that builds the fastest. So I'm not saying he should drop a Hydra Den right now. I'm saying a Hydra Den should have already gone down. If he wanted to.
That was really good on Suppy. He burned a lot of force fields there.
Yeah, force fields for about 3 links.
And he might be setting up a really nice surround here, possibly from 2 or 3 different directions.
Yeah, a much better map than Frost on that regard. He's
getting a
gonna
little bit out of position. Oh, he's going all the way around.
He's going for it. Is he?
He just needs to be careful not to get completely. Oh,
I think he had the right idea there.
Yeah, he definitely had the right idea.
I was liking it, but the Immortals were not quite there yet. Now, there's a lot of airspace on this map, so State could choose to use the Immortals on the main of Suppy if he wanted to without Warp Prism.
Good force fields here.
Fantastic force fields. Wow.
That base will definitely fall almost completely uncontested.
Wow.
Mothership Core is being targeted down by that Queen, but the Queen is...
And the Recall. This time it's not going to be enough. Yep. No Hydras out. Lots of links, but wow. Fantastic play by State. He can apply pressure with those Immortals if he wants to. Perhaps on the War Prism and just hold on 2 base right now. He's going to be in a really good spot. The supply is very deceiving right now.
Yeah. While there is a lot of extra supply here for the Zerg, that supply is tied up in units that can be very cost efficiently destroyed. His Harvester count is not very... He's got 3 additional workers over State. And the State definitely favors... Or the tech definitely favors State right now. And even the upgrades favor State right now. With the +1 finishing now?
Yep. And he's confident moving out on the map with Recall energy. So... This is also a pretty choky map, as long as he doesn't go through the middle. Unfortunately for Suppy, he's not going to see it. He sees it with a Watchtower now, but State blinking forward actually to the Watchtower to clear it out as soon as possible. He does not want to get caught in the middle of the map.
Nope. And it looks like Suppy is going around. I don't know if he's going to try to counter or if
he's most definitely going to counterattack. Like, I think State will definitely recall here.
Definitely.
There it is.
And right now, I don't know who this favors. In some ways, it feels like it might favor Suppy because he is able to prolong this, but Suppy's going to have to move on to some kind of unit besides Roach Ling. Because as the game is drawn out, even if Suppy's on 3 base, if the Immortal numbers continue to grow, if the Sentry numbers continue to grow... Oh my...
I'm not sure about that blink.
Goodness, that blink was really aggressive. But those force fields cut so many Roaches, but there are so many Lings.
Pretty amazing force fields, but that's just not going to be enough.
Yeah.
He should have just backed there. I mean, that was...
He saw the Roaches. I'm surprised he blinked into the Lings. I almost think that was a misclick.
It had to.
It had to have been. Because that blink was just... Even with perfect force fields there, that blink was just far too brave.
Yeah, maybe he wanted to blink back. And this was basically Suppy's timing. I mean...
Yeah.
Suppy was banking on this army to win.
Yeah,
he has no transition. There's something going on in the main, probably DTs. Yep, DTs are wrecking Suppy's main, but that's not going to be enough. Is there an Overseer with the army of Suppy?
There's not, so...
No, but he's still going to do enough damage. Oh, there is
an Overseer up in the main.
Yeah, so that's going to be GG.
That was unfortunate. I feel like State had that game. Even with the tunneling clause would have been a cute idea, but he had an Observer set up, so he should have been able to take that out
Yeah,
pretty
he
easily.
had 3 Immortals.
3 Immortals, a lot of force
he
field
needed,
Link
he
Stalkers,
needed, yeah, he just needed to section off the links with the force fields, and then the roaches. You know, if he wanted to take a third, he could have made a little bit more of a building wall to create a choke point for those roaches.
Sure.
Since force fields are not going to work against the burrow, but I mean that was really well played by Suppy as well.
Yeah. But I feel like State should have had that. I think State did everything right there.
I think State was heading. Yeah, I think State was definitely heading into the better army composition. He had the DTs about to do the damage. Maybe he felt like he could have taken a somewhat even trade in that fight.
But even an even trade isn't something you're looking for in that scenario.
Well, it is. It is if the DTs are wrecking your opponent's man.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe he was looking to distract or something like that.
Yeah.
But definitely a mistake. The blink definitely a mistake by State.
Sure.
So.
Following those 2 games, we have this is the MLG GameOn Invitational Group B.
It's 1-1.
1-1 in the winners match of this group. We are going to take a quick 90-second break so that both players can get ready before heading into the next match. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We will be back in 1.5 minutes.
Yep.